United connects you to more of the world than any U.S. airline, and United for Business can get your company where you need to go. Whether you're growing a business or managing travel for thousands, they offer solutions to fit your needs. Track expenses, create reports, and manage traveler perks. Plus, employees earn Mileage Plus miles while your company saves on travel. Get started with no minimum spend or flight requirements. Visit business.united.com/podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Cats, this ad is for you. Has your human ever called you picky, persnickety, choosy? If so, Perfect Bistro Cat Food is for you. With ingredients like wild-caught tuna and pasture-raised lamb, tantalizing textures, and delectable flavors that meet even the most discerning cat standards. You're not picky, you're just perfectionists. Perfect Bistro, mealtime perfection for every cat. Have your human visit perfectbistro.com.
Welcome to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon versus Legend. Join us as we take a deep dive into the lore of the Star Wars universe.
Hello, and welcome to the Holocron Histories podcast, where we talk about Star Wars Canon versus Legends. I'm one of your hosts, Austin, also known as Teacup, and I'm here with my co-host,
Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria.
And we are here today. If you are listening to this episode today, you probably will not be able to reach me or Ben because we will be deep into Dragon Age the Veilguard, which is not Star Wars, but I thought you should know it is out as you're listening to this.
Oh, yes. And the best thing is I close my store early on Halloween.
And, and you get the benefit of you don't have to do a midnight release.
I don't. Yeah, no, I got my copies in today. Surprisingly enough, I did not get a whole lot of copies. So if you're looking for Veilguard, go to your local GameStop and get your copies.
I need to know, how much trouble would you get in if you had just taken a copy?
I'd be fired.
Okay. But what are the odds that they catch you? What are the odds they catch that? I guess that's true.
This thing's called cameras in my store. I like my job.
Has that ever happened? I'm asking personal questions.
Not under me, but in the company, you can see it all over Reddit.
All right. I just was sorry, tangenting there. We're here for our patron chat, which is super awesome. Hey, Kodojo is here, one of our patrons. How you doing?
Hello there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm coming off of a week vacation, so
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
It's always great.
Getting ready to go to work tomorrow. So
Was it
sorry.
You went somewhere, a staycation?
Staycation.
Yes. I did something similar to that. I mean, I stayed within state and went to a cabin to do that. But just getting away from work was amazing.
Oh yeah, it helps. And I was quite literally almost in the middle of the path of Hurricane Milton when it came through. We had no power for about 4 or 5 days, and I worked for the post office.
Ooh.
And the postal system was screwed up for that entire time. It only got back to normal the day before I went on vacation.
So I went to my local post office to buy stamps for work. And I love the actual workers at the post office because I think they are some of the strongest human beings in the history of our country to deal with the things that they deal with. But I asked this guy how he was doing, and he goes, well, the government's new motto is, with lower expectations comes less disappointment.
Well, there's a reality check for everybody.
Oh, boy.
But to get out of reality, we are here to provide you with Star Wars content, which has its own politics, but not as real as ours. Sometimes they
I'm going to
know.
adapt my quote for Star Wars. The basically thing is, with lower expectations, less force choking.
There you go. Yeah. That's all Vader. Man, those stormtroopers or those Imperial officers that had to go through him. I feel bad.
I think it
I
was
wonder.
mostly Imperial officers.
This isn't our topic. We're gonna get to topic, but this is Star Wars related. When do you think Anakin discovered that he could choke people with the Force? And like, do you think he like discovered it by accident and was like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest thing that has ever happened"?
I mean, didn't he force choke Padme?
Yeah, and
Yes,
at the end, but
but he does it in Clone Wars too.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
he does. That's true.
I mean, I would assume this is kind of relates to our topic. I would assume that there's some like explanation of like typical like dark side tactics that people use in defending against it. So maybe
Yeah,
there.
I remember one of the Star Wars clone commanders or commandos books. One of the Jedi's assigned to the commandos on a mission on Coruscant. It's like, huh, it'd be really easy to take this guy down if I can just somehow manage to crush his windpipe. Too bad I don't know how to do that.
Right.
So anyway, that's a great segue to our topic, which today's patron topic is what is the daily life of a Jedi Academy student or a Sith Academy student during the Star Wars The Old Republic era. And if you aren't familiar, that is the time frame of the Star Wars The Old Republic MMO, which is like several centuries after KOTOR.
3 centuries.
Yes.
300 years
Three
after.
centuries.
And
So,
oh boy, just things change after KOTOR 2.
oh yeah.
Like
Yes.
drastically change over a course of 300 years. But yeah, so first half we are going to be talking about the life of the Jedi and how, well, if you play SWTOR, you have the Jedi Knight and the Jedi Counselor storylines. So you get two different sides of how a Jedi can live their life as a Padawan / student through this era. And yeah, they're drastically different. The Knight, you fight a lot. Like that's the first thing you do. It's like, oh, go and attack these humanoid creatures that are literally attacking right off our doorstep.
So here's my question, because we only really see like education in the academy in a lot of places from someone who is either like just become a Padawan
Mm-hmm.
or is like near the end of their Padawan time.
Mm-hmm.
And so like in the Jedi like hierarchy, you're a youngling or like slash apprentice before you are a Padawan. A Padawan is a specific rank. That means you have graduated basically the beginning tiers of education.
I like to think of it going from middle school to high school.
Yes, very much. Padawan is very much like high school. You're very much more focused. You have more one-on-one time with your teachers and other things like that. My other question given to this that I want to like kind of get here, and maybe you can, do you think they teach math, reading? Like, because they take
I
the
would hope
Jedi at
so.
least.
Oh
The
yeah.
Jedi at
I
least
would
take
say
their
yes
students.
because
Yeah.
like they take younglings are literally either infants or toddlers. Majority of the time, you would probably see them as a toddler.
There
But
was-
also like
sorry, go ahead.
I was also gonna say like is the Wizarding World full of like kids who can't add?
No, they have arithmetic in Wizarding World.
Yeah, but they don't go to Hogwarts until they're 11.
Yeah, they still go to public school or a
don't think
school
that's
before
true.
then. Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
that's true.
Well, aren't they homeschooled?
Well, they're homeschooled. Well, the ones that are in the Wizarding community are homeschooled. The ones that
Yeah, so,
are
like-
from the Muggle world go to a public school system
So
until
like Harry
they go
and
11.
Hermione, they
Hermione
have
went to an
their own
actual
thing.
school.
yeah, so did Harry.
Yeah, and
But
Harry did
anyway, but like this is my question. Like, are they teaching like basic reading? And like, are they teaching galactic basics? Like these aliens that they come in, do they have courses? Like, are there professors? Are there teachers like who are teaching actual courses on like skills they need to know these are my questions.
I would
Like, how much are they teaching?
I mean, I
Like-
would say yes, but we don't like physically see it.
Yeah, I
Like,
think so.
do we actually see Anakin read? Like, these are the questions. Does Anakin know how to read?
Well, he's holding data pads throughout the Clone War, so I imagine
That's
he
true.
can.
Yeah.
But as a slave, maybe he got taught some like
I guess
basic
he comes young.
Huttese and base galactic.
This
basics.
is hard because Obi-Wan and Anakin come late. They're not like youngling. Like Ahsoka. Does Ahsoka know how to read?
Probably. See, I think
would
it
say
was.
yes.
I want to say it was a canon book about Dooku. It was Ventress reading Dooku's sort of diaries about when he was in back in the Jedi Temple when he had Qui-Gon Jinn as an apprentice. Even as a apprentice, a Padawan, Qui-Gon would still have to do basic schoolwork. For instance, he could do his schoolwork in Dooku's little apartment place he had, but he wasn't expected to receive any help from Dooku himself, like basic math and engineering and all that sort of stuff.
So this is just fascinating to me, and I'm harping on like reading in English because I'm fascinated by languages, and I like read ancient languages and all of that. And so like I'm fascinated, like what are the grammar rules of the galactic language? Like what are these things that they're learning? Like is Anakin having to write 5-paragraph argumentative essays? Like
I mean, maybe.
I mean,
There's always that possibility.
I mean, I could see it in a Jedi Temple being like, "Hey, make an essay and argue my, this sort of like
so
would this
like
planet be good to protect or not or so forth." I don't know, something along those lines.
so
like
do
an
you think
ethics
there's
course.
like
Yeah. I was
so
gonna say
when do they
ethics
have
class.
to like at what point is it their like Padawan thing that they're gonna have to be like, okay, you don't have to take math anymore?
I don't think so. I think all that ends when they become a knight, or when they're close to becoming a knight and going on
So,
more
like-
and more missions.
Is a knight like going to college?
I mean, I would say close to that because of when you become a knight, then you can be assigned missions to yourself and leave. Like,
But Padawans can be assigned missions themselves. Anakin is
True.
assigned to Padme. Ahsoka does missions by herself.
Yeah,
That's
that
true.
Anakin one was a mistake.
we all know that. But though, then again, it
Hey!
also
Listen, I want you to go and protect this really hot queen that I know you have a crush on. But also, and we're gonna send you by yourself with no supervision.
well, hang
Yeah,
on.
but
He had
Don't
supervision.
misbehave.
He had supervision. R2D2.
Padme does not count.
R2D2.
R2,
Yeah.
R2,
Should have just
Is
shocked
a-
him every single time.
R2 is not a snitch. Okay,
No, he's
R2
not.
ain't no snitch.
But I
No,
can
that's
only
true.
imagine that most Jedi, excluding Anakin, and I don't think we have canonically when Obi-Wan was put into the Jedi Order. But
He talks about, I believe in the Master and Apprentice book, he talks about being old, like 8 or something like that when he came in. So he was a lot older than the other Padawans.
yeah, but most Jedi come in as children, babies,
Mhm.
and they live their entire life within the temple or some temple grounds, some off-world. I can only imagine that they would have regular curricular for them to do, aside from the physical activities, the meditation, the force training, because that would explain why so many younglings are so ready to go out on missions and out into the galaxy, because they're so bored cooped up being schooled nearly 20 hours a day.
So
Yeah.
like, do you think like, okay, so like first half, like before lunchtime, do you think they're doing physical activities like we're talking about a day in life? these younglings, you think they're doing like physical activities, like training and lightsaber stuff in the morning, and then in the afternoon after lunch, you got to come and learn from Master. What's the guy with the cane?
Oh,
Oh, shoot.
the one with
From
white lightsaber.
Yeah, from Clone Wars, you got to listen to him lecture about, where to put a verb in the Star Wars language.
I mean, there was I want to say it was the Rise of the Red Blade novel where they had the main character of that book almost throughout an entire Clone Wars take care of a group of younglings and see to their education and see them off to specialization. Unfortunately, I don't think they get into it much, but I can only imagine they would do something like that. Like some weird Hogwarts like thing, like they have class this day a week, and then the next day it's a different set of classes. Like half a day you got physical activities, and the other half is classroom, and the next day it's like two different subjects.
Right.
Yeah.
And like we know from like Master and Apprentice, like if we're going from a Padawan, because we're talking about students, so knights are excluded from this conversation. Like Qui-Gon basically like directs Obi-Wan's education. So like he says, okay, you're gonna go do this, you're gonna go do this, because Obi-Wan talks about how he's frustrated with Qui-Gon because Qui-Gon makes him practice the basic lightsaber moves every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends up saving Obi-Wan's life because he is so skilled in all of that he's able to beat Maul. And that's why he's able to beat Maul, is because Qui-Gon made him practice basic lightsaber training.
Well, I have my own theory on how he beat Maul, but that's a different subject for another day.
Yes.
But I view it as like when you get to the apprentice/Padawan phase, that now your education's going to be more narrow and focused under this person's leadership, who the council, well, I don't know if it's the council who decides it, but these people pick you as, okay, I know this kind of student, I know what they need in their life, a lot, blah, 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 blah. I know how to focus their training to the degree that they need.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because most of the time, if I remember, Padawans are selected through like some sort of trials, like Padawan tournament trial type things. And on some rare occasion, they get assigned to Jedi Knights. And I remember in the Master and Apprentice one, Obi-Wan thinks that the council assigned him to Qui-Gon because those two are complete polar opposites. Qui-Gon is fast and loose with the rules, while Obi-Wan adheres to it strictly. And the council's like, maybe these two might work out and balance each other out, which they kind of do.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, I don't know. In the era of the Old Republic, I don't know. We don't see, they're not, at least during the MMO, at the start, it's not like full on war yet until a little bit later down the road, because you're in the Cold War.
Yeah.
Because there's not like a full direct conflict of war, but there's still skirmishes here and there.
Yeah, Cold War skirmishes.
Yeah.
Sort of like our Cold War skirmishes with spies and whatnot.
Right, exactly. So, their life compared to the life that we see later down the road in like the Clone Wars is much, much different. To where like in the Old Republic era, at least during the SWTOR era, a lot of like these students probably lived much more peaceful lives, where they don't see combat on a regular basis, unless you're the main character of said game, and you you need to learn the basics of combat because game mechanics. Go attack this thing that's literally like 100 meters away from the building that you just started in.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, with with that storyline with Tython, it was a peaceful world. The Flesh Raiders weren't, being rowdied up. This was a special thing, just to get the story along.
Oh, I know.
But
I know.
Tython was a peaceful world for Jedi to learn, to study, to meditate. And I think during this era, they were also probably taught a little bit different curriculum because they knew the war was going to be kicking off again. They just didn't know when.
Yeah.
I just have this was a really, really funny thought I had about Satil Shan as a youngling Padawan. I imagine her having to give a report in like Jedi history class, and she's giving it on Revan. And someone says some snarky comment like, "Was it Revan a Sith?" And Satil Shan's like, "Shut up, he's my grandpa."
I would
know. My great grandmother.
Yes. Shut up. He's my grandpa. I know it's like great grandpa, but
still grandfather.
He's my ancestor, asshole.
Yeah.
I know. I actually have his testimony.
But like, and we know there's like Jedi researchers because like the Jedi Counselor story like has all of this like archaeology similar thing, and similar
you actually
to the Sith Inquisitor.
You actually interact with a holocron or holocron. Well, it is a holocron, but a hologram of and memories of Bastila in the Counselor storyline, which is really cool.
Right.
Again,
and
also voiced by Jennifer Hale, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Similar to like the Sith Inquisitor story.
Yes.
We get archaeology kind of stuff in there. So like there is this like sense of like I think there's education that the Jedi student is doing. I think in the daily life of like a Padawan or a youngling in the Jedi Academy, they've got to be like taking these classes in like space navigation, like environmentalism,
basic
all of these
engineering.
Engineering and other things, because flight academy, like these are things that they're going to have to learn because they're going to have to use and all of that. I mean, it's kind of like attending. I think the Jedi Academy is more akin to a military school than a lot of Star Wars fans are probably want to admit.
Well, they also probably have to do a lot of lessons in diplomacy as well, because Jedi are also meant to be peacekeepers, negotiators, and try to calm things down before they start escalating.
Absolutely.
Then they move to aggressive negotiations.
Yes, absolutely. It's totally not the first thing that they always go to. Anakin. But yeah. Go play the Jedi Counselor storyline. Jedi Knight's great. It's fantastic. Jedi Counselor is a very interesting one because you kind of get the other side of the life of a Jedi that's not all for battle.
Yeah. Jedi Counselor, at least the first act, is all about healing and saving a bunch of Jedi Masters who become afflicted by something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would love to like have a like story in Star Wars almost exploring this like more academic side of the daily life of the Jedi. Like instead of like, oh, we've got to go and solve this and we go and have a lightsaber battle and that's how we end this. It's more like, no, I need to like research and solve this problem. And
funny enough, this is a storyline in, I want to say, the second Bane book, where the Sith can't use lightsabers to solve a problem. They actually have to sneak into the Jedi Temple to solve a problem of theirs. It's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and Jedi are also probably taught, I don't want to say environmentalism, but maybe ecology is the best thing to talk about.
But they would need to understand like how to, and like almost survivalist kind of stuff, like understanding what different biomes do, because all Star Wars planets are one ecosystem. There's no biodiversity on Star Wars planets.
They're either a jungle planet, a desert planet, or an ice planet,
or ocean,
or a lava planet.
A what?
Ocean, lava.
Yeah.
Well, I think most lava planets are moons, actually.
Is Mustafar a moon?
Yeah, it was a moon.
Oh. Mm.
It
I
was
think a lot of planets are moons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Endor. That's a forest moon.
The forest moon of Endor.
Yeah.
Endor.
It doesn't have an actual name.
Yavin 4 was a moon.
Yavin
around
4
a
was a moon.
Jascot giant.
I mean, even like Duxon is a moon. And there were other things on there. But I wonder if they like have the same different like categorizations of all of these different planets. Like, and I never really got confirmation. Like, did they land on actual Endor in Rise of Skywalker?
Endor itself?
I don't know if they did.
No. I think it was just the forest moon.
But it's like it's where the sea is on the forest moon.
Oh. I don't know. I don't think they...
I don't know. I have to look that up.
I don't know if they've ever confirmed that. But anyway, back to the daily life of the Jedi. What do you like? We know that like Jedi do get out of the temple or whatever, but like, do you think no, these are better questions. This is a little adult, so if you are under the age of 18, you might want to stop listening, though you probably won't anyway. Do you think the Jedi have a problem with teen pregnancy?
See, okay, I don't know.
Oof.
That's a tough one because we don't see it ever.
Yeah,
right.
except for the Clone Commando books.
Oh.
That was the only instance I can think of.
Like,
didn't J.K. Rowling once say that like there's magic in Hogwarts that prevents conception?
I have no idea. I have no idea on that one.
Because again, like these are the questions that I have because I went to high school. If I was locked in a room with if I was locked in a castle where I could very easily sneak out and not get caught with a bunch of girls my age as well, and people, yeah, like teen pregnancy has to be a problem in the Jedi Academy.
Well,
it's definitely a problem in the Sith Academy, but that's the second half.
In one of the High Republic books, I can't remember which one, they actually do talk about the teenagers getting rowdy.
Yeah, I mean they've confirmed that they will act on their impulses, but once they do, like that's when they can't get attached. But
yeah,
like,
so apparently they are aware that it is happening, and maybe they're saying
know they can't stop it.
That's it's like, hey, just be maybe they're saying, hey, we know what's going on. Don't get attached. Here's protection. Have fun.
Right. And like, do you think like
so it's
Star
every country
Wars
that's
era,
not the U.S.
Star Wars era contraception is much more.
Well, it's also there's high technology that can prevent all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So compared to us in our primitive age of technology compared to Star Wars, we're not that fancy enough to not worry about things.
Of course, I don't think they really talk a lot about sex in
No, they do not, because Star Wars is a friendly family environment.
Tell that all to the Twi'lek slaves.
We don't talk about that right now.
I'm just gonna say, Princess Leia, gold bikini.
Oh, I know.
But also like, what do you think the Jedi did with the children?
Conscript them into Padawans.
I mean, I'm sure.
Well, what if they don't show an affinity for the Force?
If there are two Jedi that are getting it on and have a kid, they're gonna have the Force.
It doesn't work that way, Ben.
They
confirmed that the Force is not genetic.
Revan and Bastille had a kid. Wasn't Force sensitive.
Good point. That's a fair point.
Mm-hmm. So odds are
Baron Sean is not Force sensitive.
Odds are they probably keep an eye on them, give them basic education, and then there was a dropout program for Jedi Padawans who didn't make it.
True.
They could stay at the temple, be helpers or scouts or a bunch of different things.
Researchers.
Or here's a lump sum of money for you. You're on your own if that's what you want to do.
Right.
What do you think the Jedi do for fun? Like, okay, so they finished their day, they've done all their classes, the day is over, other than have a problem with teen pregnancy. What do you think they're doing for fun?
Having a rave at Mont Espa Cantina.
Breaking out of the temple.
Yeah, they're breaking out of the temple, flying from the core worlds to the outer rim to have a rave at Mos Espa Cantina.
Well, there was one point, again, I think it was a Dooku book, where they do have a bar set up in the Jedi Temple with alcoholic drinks that they could go down and sort of socially drink if they wanted to, or recreational drink, which was frowned upon, obviously. But it was mostly used for, we're going to this world. This is the alcohol they might serve us. Get used to it. But I think most of the younglings would want to do saber training because that's probably the most exciting thing for them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or break into the forbidden section of the library.
That's not Hogwarts.
We got lots of Harry Potter references this episode.
Gosh.
But anyway,
well, they did have a forbidden section though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
how
possible. Yeah.
How many hours do you think they're required to meditate today?
They pointed this out at one point. I think it was like a minimum of like 3 to 4 hours a day. It was like an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, and then like 2 hours in the evening before they go to bed.
Can you imagine being a Jedi with ADHD?
That'd be terrible. That'd be dreadful.
As someone who has ADHD,
well,
I'd be meditating and doing the leg bounce, the ADHD leg bounce.
Anakin sort of had that in one of the books where they killed off Obi-Wan again and gave him to Ki-Adi-Mundi. He couldn't do the basic sitting meditation. He went down and tinkered on something. He called it like a moving meditation. He just worked on stuff and just did stuff and just went into auto mode and just thought about it.
We see that in the KOTOR games too. Like you can work on T3 and it's kind of like a moving meditation.
Yeah.
That like as you work to repair T3, you're meditating. If you do it so much, you can do it to recover all your force points.
That's true. I completely forgot about that. But I'd say it's a good time to take a mid-break.
Let's do it.
This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Here's your report.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire someone just like you.
Try LinkedIn Hiring Pro. It's more than a job board. It's like the recruiter you always wished you had. Hiring Pro uses real-time insights to match your role to LinkedIn's unique network of professionals and delivers a short list of best fit candidates. You'll spend less time sorting applicants and more time talking to the right people.
Let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
All right. Welcome to the Middle Show, where we take time to thank our patrons like Kadojo. Thank you so much for all that you do to support us, and we greatly appreciate that. If you'd like to join us, you can do so at patreon.com/holocronhistories. Another great way to support us is to leave us ratings and reviews on Apple or Spotify. If you leave us a comment and 5 stars or a review and 5 stars with some nice words, we will read it out on a future episode of the show. Ben, do we have a comment to read or review to read?
We do. We have one on our last episode of The Crate Dragon from Just Your Average Trooper. Hello, I love and often listen to this podcast when I'm trying to learn new and exciting Star Wars knowledge, and was wondering if you have heard of a way to play SWTOR on a Mac OS since I don't have access to a PC or higher grade computer. Well, you are in luck, just your average gamer. They were testing the Mac OS client for SWTOR pretty recently, actually. I don't know if it's available now, but I know they were doing a beta test on getting that to work.
Right. I also do know, if you wanted to look into this, I don't recommend this because it probably will not work super great. But there is a way to basically trick the Mac OS software into emulating a Windows software, and you could technically do it through that. Though, do not take that as my recommendation because I have no idea what that will do to your computer.
Yeah, we are not tech IT. That.
I'm a console gamer. I have a computer that can run SWTOR, so that's fine. But
most computers can run
gamer.
SWTOR.
Yes. I'm a console gamer,
Me
focus
too.
on console stuff, so I don't know much about that.
Yep. But yeah, that's all we got for comments.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for that comment. I hope we find a way to play SWTOR because it's a great game. Other than that, come hang out with us on Discord. Ben's Discord, my Discord, Gup's Discord, Robots Radio Discord, Two Girls One Ship Discord.
All the Discords.
There's other ones. All the Discords. Just come and hang out with us. Talk to us about Star Wars. We love it. You want to check out our other shows? Ben has like 10. I have 2.
I have 5. 5. Thank you very much.
Yes, so I do Assassin's Creed, Dragon Age. Ben, I'm going to do it. I'm going to name them all. Are you ready?
All right.
Okay, so Ben does this one. Ben does the Witcher Lorecast. Ben does the Final Fantasy Lorecast. Ben does the Wizarding World Lorecast and the Gundam Lorecast.
Bing, ding, ding. Yes.
This is the only one that's not a Lorecast.
That is very true. Yeah, Star Wars Lorecast was already taken when we were making the show.
Oh, was it real? There's a Star Wars Lorecast?
I think it was something close to Lorecast. I think Lorecasts were separated from each other, but lore and then cast. But I didn't want to make things. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. But you can also find us live on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/BenofTemeria every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, except for today, because today is a Monday.
Today is
as
a
of
Monday.
Recording.
It's my fault. I have a work thing.
Yeah, it's fine. It happens. But
Phil Guard.
No, he has an actual work. It's not
coming out until Thursday.
That was actually not the excuse this time around.
I do have a work thing.
Wait till next week.
This meeting is normally Thursday night, and we moved it because Thursday is also Halloween.
Yes, that is true. So it just happened to land on a day that a popular game comes out that he talks about. Just a bunch of coincidences. It was totally not planned in the back end of things.
Listen, I'm serious, people. Like, I love Star Wars, and Star Wars will always hold a special place in my heart as my favorite fandom of all time. I will watch A New Hope when I'm sick. I'll put it on background. I'll do all that. I love Star Wars. But this game is about to become my entire personality.
It's going to be great. I'm so excited. I can't wait for all the cosplay ideas I'm going to get from this game.
Oh, it's going to be good. They've already released a guide, by the way.
I know. I saw. They have a guide on Harding so far that I saw.
All right.
But yes.
Let's get to Sith.
For the moments that matter, choose Curad Naturals. Infused with aloe vera and vitamin E, Curad Naturals bandages protect your unexpected scrapes, cuts, and burns while also moisturizing your skin. Find deeper relief with natural ingredients you can trust to start the healing. When life's surprises call for the best, choose Curad, a deeper level of care. Shop the full collection on Amazon or visit Curad.com to learn more.
Visible puts the ultimate wireless hack in the palm of your hand. With unlimited 5G wireless data and hotspot designed to keep you connected, powered by Verizon's 5G network. And no contract holding you back. Plans start at $25 a month, or get the premium Visible Plus Pro plan and save $10 on your first month when you use promo code HACK. Make the switch at Visible.com. Terms apply. See Visible.com for details.
All right, Sith Academy. The academy where it's all about backstabbing and killing each other.
Yeah. Again, I'm going
It's literally what it is.
So the Sith don't kidnap children like the Jedi do, even though the Jedi don't kidnap children.
They don't kidnap.
But you know what I mean? They're not really. I feel like the Sith Academy.
They're aggressively trying to get their approval of the parents to kidnap them.
Right, but how does the Sith Academy get more students? I know in SWTOR era, we actually probably do have a normal Sith Academy style because the society in Drummond Koss is built around the Sith. So there probably is a established, and there is a process in the Fate of the Jedi books. We see a Sith planet that's been the lost tribe of the Sith, and they have another system like that. I just want to know, in the Sith Academy, is there a class called Lying 101 or How to Torture 101?
I believe it because, when you play the Sith Warrior storyline and you go through the Academy, because that's what you do at the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
You literally kill one of your classmates. Straight up kill them.
Inquisitor too.
Inquisitor, yeah. Inquisitor is more fun because you can actually torture them first and then kill them.
Yeah.
My favorite part about the Inquisitor is just especially if you are not human in any of the Sith origins, everyone is so mean to you.
My Inquisitor or Sith bloodline.
Yeah.
So I did a Twi'lek on my first Sith Inquisitor run through, and I thought it was so funny that you basically come in and it's everyone hates you because you're not human and you're a slave and you're trash or whatever, and the Inquisitor's well, fuck all of you, I'm gonna get this ancient Sith alien, he's gonna be my best friend.
Yeah, no, my Inquisitor is a Zabrak, so, and it's just great because every time I have every single time you get a dark side answer that you can use, it's always somehow connected to Force Lightning. It's oh, you don't want to do what I did? Force Lightning. Oh, you're not telling me the truth? Force Lightning. You're literally shocking people and torturing them until you get the right answer.
Yeah.
There's hysterical.
One quest on Korriban that both Inquisitor and I think it's Inquisitor and Warrior can do, where you interrogate 3 prisoners and you figure out whether to keep them, to kill them, or just to let them go.
Yeah, I think it's one of the planet side quests that you can both stories can play.
Yeah, and it's a test of interrogation, torture, figure out the truth. They actually encourage this, by the way.
Use Force Lightning, just torture them all.
Yeah, and go ahead.
I was just going to say, in the KOTOR line, when you go to the Sith Academy, so much of your education is self-driven. You are to find things to do to prove yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually complete the Sith storyline in KOTOR by just killing all the other applicants.
I mean, that's what the Sith Warrior, that's literally what you're doing. You're trying to get a spot to be a Darth's apprentice, and what do? You do plotting, a bunch of backstabbing, and murder.
Inquisitor, too. It essentially, in SWTOR, when you first get to Korriban, you're part of a group trying to become an apprentice to a single master. There are no multiple masters. No, you are competing to be an apprentice for a master. There's 7, 8 of you, and you have to kill each other off. And the last one standing gets to be the apprentice.
Yep. Yeah, it's a very dreadful existence, and watching your back every single time you turn a corner.
Yeah, and both storylines, like, hey, you're allowed to kill the opposition, your rivals, but you just can't get caught doing it.
Yes, exactly. You can't be caught, so you have to do it like behind closed doors, or poison the other person. They just somehow drop dead out of nowhere. Oh, I don't know what happened. He just fell asleep in the middle of the hallway and then stopped breathing. It's fine.
Yeah, it's I don't know. All of a sudden, there's lightning everywhere. I don't know what to tell you.
You saw a flash of red? What? No way. No, you didn't.
And then they send you out on the most dangerous quest they can do to you on Korriban. Mm-hmm. It's like, go clear out this cave full of vicious worms that can literally maul you to death.
Yep. Or oh, hey, go to this tomb in the Valley of the Sith Lords, because that's always a good thing to do.
Yeah, and then there's a side quest where this Sith researcher is experimenting on creatures. And he's like, while you're in the tomb, can you go pick me up these samples, blah, 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 blah. And then his apprentice like, hey, psst, psst, come here. Don't do that. Give it to me instead. I'll screw him up, and then I can get out from underneath him. And then you have a choice of whether or not to give it to the apprentice, which is light side, or tattle on the apprentice, which is dark side. Mm-hmm. And then I want to say 10 real years later, you actually later get to see the result of what happened to that apprentice. Oh. Yeah, she shows up later in the Imperial storyline for Malgus's new thing.
Oh, okay.
And she's like mutated and just warped and distorted if you rat her out to her master.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Not really, but fun. But what I mean, when both the Inquisitor and the Warrior, I know, if you to get your lightsaber, you go through one of the tombs in the Valley of the Sith Lords to get your first saber, if I recall.
Which is a nice throwback to KOTOR.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah. And
this stuff is pretty cool. It's really, really interesting, because it's normally a side we don't really see all that often in Star Wars.
Now, I wonder if Sith students and Imperial students at a young age are sent to the same school, for like elementary and middle school. And then when they get to the high school phase, they get split apart.
I wonder if that's the case, because you don't see a lot of like children around in the Sith Academy like you would in the Jedi Academy.
Yeah. No, that's true.
I mean,
which would make sense, because now I want to know, like, I'm picturing like, is there like this divide between Force sensitive and not Force sensitive, and like, because we know that exists in the Imperial Society already.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, because Lana Beniko, I think that's her name. Mm-hmm. Her family was a wealthy family. They discovered she had, Force abilities, and they sent her to some kind of school to be reared up in that. So I'm guessing there is some kind of mutual school, and at some point they just split apart, because the Sith get very brutal very quickly. And I doubt the regular Imperial civilians can handle that. But yeah, so if you want to talk about horror, I can only imagine what going to a Sith Academy would be like. You would literally have to sleep very light.
Because like, if you die, it's your fault, not the student's fault. You were weak, and so you died.
Yeah. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yeah, these Sith.
Sith
people.
Yeah, and then
do you think? I like to picture that the Sith are actually more well-read than the Jedi.
Oh yeah.
And like part of like the Sith insults is like, you're an uncultured swine.
I'm pretty sure they used that against Malgus at one point.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Because I just recently listened to the Betrayed audiobook.
Oh,
and they
Betrayed.
are literally throwing insults at Malgus for being so uneducated.
The deceived or is betrayed something?
Oh,
different?
deceived.
Okay.
Sorry, deceived.
Deceived, betrayed.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss one because I was like, I'm pretty sure I've read all except Annihilation.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so bad. And then once you actually get a master, you're pretty much treated as a slave for the most part. It's like, go do this, go do that. Don't bother me unless you get it done.
And you plot to kill them, and then, so you plot to kill all your fellow students to get to your position where you're at to be an apprentice, and then you plot to try to take over your master to become your own master.
I've recently been reading or listening to a lot of audiobooks of Dritz Duerden from Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh, yeah.
And they go through almost like a similar academy where it's like, be careful, you can be killed in your sleep. And if you do, you're just a weak link. And their society as a whole is also similar to the Sith, where they're trying to pick each other off, and try and grow in power.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if those two ever, kind of got related at one point or another. But yeah, and then here's a good difference between Sith and Jedi relationships with each other and their master and apprentice. In the very first trailer, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one where the Sith reveal themselves and are taking over Korriban. They're fighting on the station. The Jedi Master tells Siltil Shan, "You have to leave. This is an unwinnable battle. I will buy you time. Get out."
Mm-hmm.
And then Malgus, his master gets stabbed with a lightsaber in the chest. So goes the argument again, and survives somehow. And at the end, it's like Malgus's master is like, "We have returned home. We have, pushed out the Jedi." And Malgus is like, "Welcome home, master," and cuts him down immediately.
Yep. And his master is Darth Vician. Vindician, I think is how you say it.
I can't
it's a
remember.
Weird name. I only know because I have his lightsaber in SWTOR. Because you can get his
Dark Vindicain.
Vindicain.
Vindican.
Okay, Vindicain.
Vindication.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, you can get his lightsaber in SWTOR, which is great. I need to boot up SWTOR. I haven't booted that game up in so long.
Maybe
it's probably need to update it quite a bit.
Because I gotta play something while Shelby plays the Veil Guard.
Oh, so you got because you guys have it on the same console.
Mm-hmm.
Crap.
There was talk that if Shadows was going to release at this, if the Veil Guard was going to release within the same week as Shadows, we were going to actually buy a gaming PC. But then they delayed Shadows
by 3 months.
So,
but hey,
so we no longer had that excuse.
Our collector's editions went down $50.
I saw that. That means I don't have to pay as much when
I know it's fantastic.
What's Shadows?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they killed the season pass and early access, and so they killed the gold edition. So that's no longer a thing. So it's only the standard, and I think there's the standard and the collectors, and that's it. Because the first DLC is going to be free for everybody if you buy it. So, which is nice. So. And me and Austin got the collectors, so and went down $50, which is great. It's less money I have to spend in 3 months.
Yeah,
But anyway,
Yeah.
Ben, that reminds me, I have a question to ask you after the podcast is over.
Okay, cool. So, but I think we're good on time, close on that. So, Dojo, where can people find you?
People can find me at the Discord at Ben and Friends Podcasting, the Cups Podcast and More, and Robots Radio Discord.
Yeah. And you can find those Discords in the links provided below in the show description. So go check those out. It's all fun stuff. We talk about fun and nerdy things, so it's great. And if you go to Robots Radio, there's like 50 plus like podcasts you can listen to at a touch of a button. Just like that. But I have nothing else to add on the show.
I don't either. So thank you all for listening to the Holocron Histories podcast. We'll see you next time.
And may the Force be with you. Thank you for listening to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, and even at the Cups Podcast and More Discord. You can find us on Twitter at SWHoloHistories, and even email us at holocronhistories@gmail.com.